Hey guys, in this video I want to show you some setups that you might find useful in the Crucible, the update that happened today. This video consists of 2 range, 2 mage and 1 melee setup. Although first of all I'd like to mention that in my opinion, or at least I highly recommend not to use the BOB familiars, because you'll go through brews and restores in your food way too fast, and obviously that's a lot of money and you don't want to do that. So best pick would be Steel Titan. If you don't have that, then go with the unicorn. Anyway, torags helm, torags plate legs, hand cannon, Tokar cape. If you don't have it, just use fire cape, but this is a range melee method, as you can see. Use Goliath gloves. If you don't want to use Goliath gloves, if you don't have, use barrows. You might want to replace the whip with Goliath gloves only. It's totally up to you, but this is complete tank method, and yeah, it's really good in my opinion, at least. And this is non-live audio, by the way. Yeah, something screwed up. Anyway, Karasi for specs, obviously, and use Steel Titan. I'm summoned Steel Titan, as you can see, Steel Titan scrolls. But yeah, other than that, vengeance runes, regular prayers, usual range. Anyway, second setup, it's totally tank. This one is Swift Gloves is a must for this. I wouldn't go PK in this setup with Swift Gloves, without Swift Gloves. Sorry. Dragon boots and Tokal cape, to be honest, just for the, if you need to melee fight, that's why it whip, and Karasi for the special, and Dragonfire shield. I really thought this through, and I think this is the best shield for range to use for this method. It costs 5 mil, yeah, but it's just so good. The stats are insane, as you can see. It's just, you are a complete tank. I might have brought too many Dragon Balls, but yeah, you just decide for yourself. Dragon Defender switch for DFS, whichever you prefer. But yeah. Now the first mage setup I want to show you guys is really high risk, mage melee setup. So if you want to downgrade your Ganodermic or your dharoks, it's totally fine to rune, or well, Ganodermic to rune, I suppose, and instead of claws, just pick a DDS or a Karasi special. It's up to you, but in my opinion, ultimately this is the best mage setup you could find and tank, at least in my opinion. Bear in mind that you can downgrade your Ragefire boots and just use normal Seer's Ring, not imbued. You don't, unless you have a lot of mobilizing armies points. I'm not really sure what they're called, but this is what you ultimately want to use if you're planning to mage prod, I believe it's called. I went with it and I did okay. I did actually more than okay. Everybody was leaving, so you'll definitely get a lot of money when you enter, because most people will be just running from you in most cases. Now the second mage setup I wanted to show you guys is, yeah, Wolpertinger as well. Now I really frown upon Polypore using, because I don't really like the staff, but at the very end it is good. So what you want to do is use Barrage to freeze them, and prayers, obviously it's up to you. Drain your run, drain their special attack, it's totally up to you, but you want to Polypore them afterwards, not cast Barrage, so which is probably why I took too many runes. Don't take that much if you're gonna use this method. If you want to just use Barrage and melee, I don't really have a setup for it, because ultimately there's a lot more to pick than just Ganodermic, like Master Wands and various staffs and Chaos staffs. It's just a variety of pick that I didn't really decide on yet, but this is ultimately what you want. It's kind of a cheap, so basically what you want to do is just switch to this, harass them a bit from distance, and then Karasi spec ultimately. This is, in my opinion, this is the best method to prod in cheap-ish gear. Make sure to change Ragefires to infinities if you don't want to risk Ragefires, because they are somewhat expensive. And yeah, don't worry about Goliath gloves, just use barrows if you don't have, but ultimately this is what you want to have. Now lastly but not least is melee setup. This is similar to range setup, but ultimately you're gonna want to melee on your as soon as you enter. Range is just to defend against mages. This is not really with melee. You can't really. I don't think you can really last that long, because ultimately I'm going offensive gear here, not really defensive. So the Steel Titan is, I think, in my opinion, is a go. Melee is only one setup, to be honest. I couldn't really think of. Well, I can, but it's just simple basic rune plus Karasis. Basically, this is just simple dharoks, but with royalty, hide body, and hand defense for yourself from majors. Dragon claws for special, and I know it's a bit risky, but it's Crucible. If you don't want risk, just I guess PK in wilderness. But ultimately, that'd be my choice, and or Karasis, but bear in mind that most people pray mage and summoning in the thing. Obviously, still Titan still hits, but if you want, just to make sure you do bonfires before you do this, and this is ultimately what you want to have. I wouldn't recommend Obby Shield because you want Dragon Defender for offensive stats. And yeah, this is pretty much it, and I hope this guide helped you guys, and go kill some noobs.